Okay, so the next part of the podcast is going to be reflections, and so unless you have something you wanted to say right now, Ms. Wright, I can go into that.
Sure, go ahead. You have some from Rob?
I do.
Okay.
Surprise! And for those of you that are latecomers into the chat, we already made our big announcement. Rob lost heart to Kate, who I'm going to read his mirror moments now. He is my boyfriend, and his mirror moments are actually going to mention that as well. So when you listen to these mirror moments, you'll say, what? Because maybe you weren't listening earlier. But anyway, so Rob, I think, was going to call in and mention the first one, so we'll see if he does. One of his mirror moments is really funny, but he said he was going to call in, so we'll see if he does that. And let's just see really quickly what's going on in the chat. Let's see.
There's not much. People are coming in and out.
I think there's some problem with the chat as well. Yeah, I think TalkShoe's having issues, so I'm sure that that's definitely some of it. And one of the things I know Rob wanted to do, which we really, I don't know of an easy way to do it, was to assign everybody in the chat like a candidate number. So, if people want to pick their favorite candidate, there's actually quite a few candidates. There's candidates that are no longer in the running, but if you look on Lost PETA, you can see that they've got numbers into the triple digits. So, I know that
360 Wallace.
Right, exactly. And 51 was Austin.
Oh, yeah. And so Rob has to be that.
So Rob wanted to combine that with another favorite number of his, but we'll see if he calls in. I'm going to skip over this first mirror moment of his, and if he calls in, just shout out, and then I'll let him read that. Okay, so first of all, Rob wrote that last night the movie Sideways was screened over here in the UK, and part of a line within that film is, how many of them must be dead by now? Which was a question asked by many Lost fans in regards to the Flash Sideways plotline of Season 6. And I think even before that, people throughout the series kept saying, the island isn't really an island, and even Richard said that, that it wasn't really an island. So I think that it's definitely a common thought amongst people trying to figure out what's going on Lost. Okay, so in the candidates, Rob says, I too would never leave Michelle if she was trapped in a flooding submarine. That's really sweet, Rob. I hope we don't ever get into that situation where you'd have to do that, but that's really sweet of you. And Jack said to Locke, what happened, happened, and of course that's a mirror moment too. What happened has been said in other episodes, and also whatever happened, happened. And just before we have to go back with my mirror moments for the episode The Candidate, I would like to ask is if it was either by coincidence or fate that last week's Friday the 13th coincided with the 13th episode of Season 6. And then Rob telling us his mirror moments for The Last Recruit. I would like to remind all involved with it that I had to leave the last installment of the podcast early and hence did not hear reflections of the others. I apologize if my MiMo's for The Last Recruit correspond with theirs. Sawyer said to Jack, leap of faith. And Eloise, in a previous episode, talked about a leap of faith. When Jack jumped overboard the boat, Kate said to Sawyer, we have to go back for him. Alana said to Claire, but this is quite a coincidence. And later on in the episode, Alana said to Jack and Son, do you believe in fate? Early talked Star Wars to Sawyer, and later on in the episode, when the fake Locke recruits were preparing to leave for the plane, there was what sounded like a segment from the Star Wars soundtrack music. And right from the start of the show, Hugo was A New Hope to Protect the Island. So I'm going to post in the chat the link. Rob worked very hard on this. He made a YouTube video which has some sound bites from the episode with the music and dialogue. And I'm going to post that in the chat for people to check out. So there you go. And okay, so again, while you're checking that out, the cult 60s British TV show The Prisoner also had characters that were allotted numbers. And many characters on Lost felt like they were prisoners of the island. And I know that Rob had another mirror moment, but since he hasn't called in, and he's already posted in the chat the same link, so you can follow the link. And Rob, are you going to call in to do the other mirror moment, or am I going to move on to what he said? No, Rob. Okay. No. Okay, so thank you, Rob, for your mirror moments. And now I'm going to go on to the next section of the podcast.
Hold on, wait a minute. I'm confused. Wasn't there a mirror moment that was going to say something about the announcement that you guys had earlier?
Yeah, but you were gone when I said that part. You want to do them again?
No, I was trying to listen, but I guess I just missed it. But okay.
I'll go back. It's fine because
just
what
that
Rob
one.
was saying. What?
Just the one.
Yeah. From the candidate, he says, I too would never leave Michelle if she was trapped in a flooding submarine.
Oh, yeah. Because you're his love.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Oh, he called in.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay. Well, there's another thing that he wants to say. So there's another mirror moment that he wants to say. Here we go. Hello.
Well, I thought you messing me around again.
Aww. There was another mirror moment that you wanted to read off.
If it allows me to stay.
Yeah.
And it's only really meant as a joke, but in the style of the familiar... I'll start that again. In the style of the familiar lost term Jate, Michelle and myself should name ourselves Miro and create a Twitter account named Lost Miro Moments.
How do you spell it?
Miro.
Oh, Miro, I get it. I like it.
Lost Miro Moments.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I'll just call you Miro. I like it.
No. No.
Yeah.
That's why I made him call in.
Brangelina or Brad, whatever it is. Yeah.
Brangelina, yeah.
Yeah.
You can call us Brangelina. You call us Brangelina. We'll adopt 6 kids.
Oh, no. Y'all are Miro. I like it.
No, don't you dare.
Yeah, I'm up for creating an account. I'm up for creating an account, but Michelle will don't. She will.
No. No. No, you'll be tweeting alone on that account. Ship names together, tweet alone. Okay.
Funny.
Yeah. Okay, Rob. So, was there anything else you wanted to say about your mirror moments?
No, I'll slip up, or I'll be paying the Back to the Future number again.
Yeah, 88.
88 pounds.
88 pounds. I know. Well, thank you for calling in, Rob.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye,
so
Rob.
Get back in the chat.
Bye.
Bye.
Rob, I want to let him hang up, but I think Rob will like what Bill Cava put in the chat. That Rome burned while Miro fiddled.
Who's Miro? Is that somebody? Is that a real person?
I think so. I don't know. No, I thought I knew. I don't know, Bill.
I've never heard that before.
Do you know, Ryan?
I'll have to Google it now.
Do you know what Rome burned while Miro fiddled means?
I did not.
Okay, that's all right.
I don't know. I don't know if maybe he's making a joke because I just Googled it. I don't see.
Maybe he just made it up. He's probably laughing right now at us.
Yeah, us crazy people.
Oh, Nero.
Oh, Nero. So he was making a play on that. So he's saying that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
So, well, wait a minute. Okay. Alrighty. So, anyway, those were Rob's mirror moments. MiMo's. I'll start calling them MiMo's again. Those are Rob's MiMo's. And thank you, Rob, again, because the video, the link that, I accidentally posted up twice, but Rob and I both posted up in the chat. I'll post it again. Is creation by Rob. I mean, he took the 2 scenes out of Lost, but the picture, that's really cool. For those of you listening to the podcast, of course, we'll put it up in the extras, but what it's a picture of is Hurley holding a lightsaber standing next to R2-D2. It's really cute. And so if you listen to the 2 sound bites from The Last Recruit, the music does sound somewhat similar to Star Wars, because I played some Star Wars music right after I listened to this, and I think it would be fun to play Star Wars music, play this through one time just the way it is, but then also maybe play it again with some Star Wars music, and it would fit. So it's very clever.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. We know that the writers of Lost are huge Star Wars fans, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
It's a really cute. It's a really cute picture saying that Hugo is a new hope. He's a new hope for the island. So
I like
good
it.
job. Yeah. So on this podcast, I'm talking about backpack moments.
We'll have to remember that could be a word of the night, backpack moment. Oh,
Backpack moment.
Also Miro. Words of the night. Miro?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, it's backpack moment.
Thanks.
Or backpack.
Thanks. Mm-hmm. I'm starting to warm up to Miro. The more that you say mirror moments, I'm starting to think, maybe it's not too bad.
No,
but that doesn't mean you can start calling us that. And then about last week's podcast, Salvabach Wayne wrote, Ms. Wright ate chocolate during the podcast, and I ate dinner afterwards. So Ms. Wright ate chocolate before my dinner. What's allowed to have chocolate before dinner? You know, it's funny. It's funny that you say that, because Rob lives in England, so of course, he's British, and he was talking to me this week about a chocolate bar that he was going to have, and I said, well, just don't eat it before dinner. And then this next set of tweets, Rob in the chat, have to do with you, and I know that he called in last week to Ms. Wright's podcast, and he wasn't too pleased with what he had to say. So, Rob, are you okay with me reading out what your tweets were right after that podcast? Because that's part of what's on here. Give me your
I thought he did good. I thought he did a good job.
No. What he wrote about his performance, I'm sure he did excellent. I mean, I know that when he first called into one of our podcasts, he sounded great, and he said he didn't sound good. But it's the stuff that he tweeted afterwards. I just want to make sure that he wants me. He talks about a couple of things. He says, okay. All right, so I wanted to get his approval first, because, Anyway, here's what Rob Lost Heart to Kate wrote. Think I said everybody loves Hurley instead of everybody loves Hugo? That's due to me being as nervous as Hugo was on his first date with Libby. And then Rob also wrote, I'm lousy at being a Lost Mirror Moments podcast caller-inner, which isn't true. But I'm one of the best at being a radio caller-inner. And then he posted up a link to this radio station in his local area that he participates in a lot. So he posted up a link to that. And then Ms. Wright wrote to him, you did great, Rob. And then Rob wrote, I stink worse than the combined pong of Hurley's 6 kinds of cheeses, Ms. Wright.
No.
So. Anyway, Rob, I know that's not true.
Like if Rob was really going to show up, he'd be a caller-inner.
He'd be a caller-inner.